part of how to add buttons manually when the button will not fit in the buttonhole compartment. The first part I did was measure the buttonhole. And it's easier to measure it in centimeters. I've already got pink bobbin and pink thread up here. So we're going to select a stitch, a close stitch. I'm going to select 8. No, I'm going to select 4 because the stitches are close together and it won't be as wide as a gap for the stitches. Okay, so you want to start from the top of the mark. Rethread my needle again. Oop, sorry about that. I need I need more light in here. Stick your finger behind the needle eye and you can see the thread and just pull it. Cut. Drop it. And we're going to sew to the end of the line. Uh-oh, it's getting caught. So this is what you do when your bobbin gets caught. Cut the excess off. Take out your bobbin. Make sure it's threaded right. Put it back in. And continue. The good thing about doing a manual buttonhole is that you can start from where you stopped. With this computerized machine, if you mess up or if the thread messes up, the buttonhole starts all over again. And that's where you get a whole bunch of knotted thread. Okay, let me see. Hopefully, it will work this time. See, you hear it? It's catching on something. Don't understand. It's just catching on something. I know what I'll do. I'll put a piece of paper behind it. It must be too thin. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but I'm going to find a piece of paper so we can get this right. I found another piece of cloth. No, I don't want cloth because I have to tear that paper out. Notebook paper is probably the way to go. I found an envelope. You can tear the back of the envelope off. It's thin enough. Here we go. Get the excess thread off as much as you can. Okay. Now maybe this will work. Oh, let me see. Okay. Then you want to make sure it's threaded properly. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Sometimes we think it's the bobbin, but most of the time it's the top thread. What's wrong with this? There we go. It didn't have the correct tension. So let me move this paper and see if that was a problem. Yep, it was a tension. It was a top thread tension. So most of the time we think it's the bobbin that's catching and causing problems, but sometimes it's a top thread. It isn't creating the tension that it's supposed to. So in my earlier video, I said the width will be 2 stitches. That was 1.5 because this is a zigzag stitch. Turn the garment around. And continue sewing the opposite way. That's going to catch. That's going to catch. You see that? So cut that off. I messed up the tension again. Best bet is to just rethread it. Gotta get that hook around there. Cut the excess thread off. Rethread it. And we'll try this again. This is why I've always used my basic brother sewing machine all these years before I switched to computer. You hear it? Something is catching in here. You would be on my first live in a long time that I'm having sewing machine difficulties. But this is the best way to learn. Let me see. This is one of those capes I'm making to sell on my Etsy and vinyl drip store. See what see what that did? I don't know what that is, but that mark was just made by my sewing machine. Okay, let's try this again. When I start to learn to sew in 1988, mm, this would make me quit. Like, I would get so frustrated. Like, I can't do it. I can't learn how. And back then, we didn't have computers or videos. We had to learn by reading the manual and those pictures, drawings. And that's why I used to get so frustrated. Okay, come on, sewing machine. Do me right. Okay, okay, okay. Now, turn it around. Come on, sewing machine. Do me right. Okay, okay, girl. Okay. I'm scared to go faster. Sometimes when you go fast, it creates a mess. Okay, now, since this is too bulky, I'm going to do a couple back stitches to close it up. On this brother machine, you push this button to do a couple back stitches. Come on, girl. Then you go forward again to seal the stitch. Let me see if this works. It took me a thousand tries to get it. I don't know what that. I guess I have to clean my machine. Some kind of metal smear, maybe from the foot. That looks a little funky because of all the difficulties I had. And you just take a seam ripper. You won't rip it too much, too far. Make sure the button fits in there. A little bit more. And you have your buttonhole. I have to clean it off, but I'll show you what it looks like when I finish the other button. Thanks for joining. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hi, Sonia, Demetrius. Hi, Louise. Lewis. Okay, my next live will be much cleaner. Cross my fingers. Thank you for joining. And like I said, I'll show you the finished cape when I sew the other button on. Let me see how to end this. I haven't done a YouTube live in a minute. How do I end this live? Let me see.